Hello, everybody. My name is Alexandra Enriquez. This is my first audio journal of the second trimester, and I decided to pick that article that talks about the explosion of the number four reactor at the Chernobyl power station in Ukraine because it's a controversial topic, and even though it has been decades of that devastating event, people keep talking and people keep giving their opinion as if that event was an accident or if it was something planned by the government. I also like that the article includes the story of the eyewitnesses of that event, and I consider this topic very interesting and impacting. It shocks the world in so many aspects, and so that's why I chose it. When I was reading the testimonies from the book that a Russian journalist wrote by that time, it gives me the sense of how much pain the people who experience that situation feel. And I think that it gives a biased information, but it's still very real. For some people, the catastrophe of the Chernobyl was only a routine test that went out of control, and it was caused by a change of reaction, creating a firebolt that blew up, leaving as a result 31 fatalities immediately, and the radiation that caused hundreds uh, of more people dying and creatures in the future. But in the other hand, we have people who think that it was not an accident, but instead it was something planned by the Soviet government. They support their opinion in the unwillingness of the government to help. They think that the government does something, but not as much as they can. According to what I was reading, I think it was biased because it only includes testimony of the people who were directly affected. But at the same time, I think um, it gives us a real perception of how how was it. The first story was of a wife of one of the firemen who was sent to control the fire that night. She shows a dark side of the government, saying that they have tricked the families of the victims, and also she gives a dark side of the health care of the Soviet Union, giving the feeling that they were not humanist, even calling the victims nuclear reactors. Well, the next testimony was from one of the responsible of construction the shield over the power station. He described the treatment they received as if they were robots. The danger they were exposed, and even he talked about a possible European catastrophe because the the power station weren't constructed in the best way. He said that the government promised them things to them and their families, but they never received it, and they end up being sacrificed, and now they only exist in some with their names in museums or in documents. And the last testimony is of a man whose job was to dig up and bury the contaminated land. They live in tents in some kilometers closer to the where was the event. Many of them were very well prepared with degrees or diplomas from universities, and the government by that time only gave them some shovels to bury the land contaminated, and after a good work, they receive a certificate of the best grave digger from the government. I think that to have a more profound or a critical uh, thinking or opinion about this topic, we should read more about the social, the environment, the economic impact that people experiment on that time, and so that we can have a better opinion and more critical. Because with the information provided just for this article, we have just one side of the opinion. Thank you.